Yo, what's good? It is your boy who is D Right. We're back for another week of the N Word podcast. I'll pass it to my right. I'm actually here at Ty House. Let me get a special shout out before you go. It is my 29th birthday. I'm approaching 30, but not there yet. Y'all old niggas, aka Ty.
Anyway, on to me, Ty, Master OG Ty. Happy birthday to this old ass nigga. I remember when he was
Hey,
just a pup and I raised him the right way, you know what I'm saying? They grew up so fast.
this guy,
But
this
let
guy.
me pass it to the right to my man Doc.
You know what it is? It's Doc, neighborhood know it all. We're here again. Pass it to my man G.
What up, y'all? Joker the Eighth on Twitter. Your boy George. Happy birthday, Darius. Hopefully y'all get y'all shit together with these microphones. For sure.
Right.
I appreciate you, dog. I really do, man. But I'm happy to be here for the podcast. I'm gonna talk later about how like somebody hit me up about a personal topic that they heard in the podcast, but we're gonna talk about that later. But let's go ahead and hop into our first hot topic for the week. Listen, a lot of people, specifically Black people, call themselves king and queens, and you know, I talked about how I got ghosted by that one girl, and she called herself a queen, and I want to know, to y'all three Black men, what does it mean, or what do you think they mean when they call themselves king or queens, and what should it mean?
I think that when we call ourselves king and queen, first of all, I think it doesn't even need to have a meaning. Whatever we decide to label ourselves, it shouldn't be a problem with anybody else. But I mean, if you want like my definition of king, I just think it's like a black person like that's pro-black, handling their business, that's maybe even give back to the black community, or even have thoughts of striving to give back to the black community. Somebody that's just one with the community. You can't call yourself a king if you out here dating the, you know what I'm saying, and shit.
Well,
I'm
that's
just
that's a
saying.
secondary
That's
question.
my opinion.
That's a secondary
That's
question.
my
Is
opinion.
if you, well, I'll add this for y'all to answer as well. 'Cause I seen this on Facebook recently. If you are pro-black, can you be in an interracial relationship? And then the pushback of what you said, Todd. How does that contrast with the definition of king or queen?
Mm. I don't think you can be pro-black if you're in a relationship with someone of another race that didn't that's not like originated as a black race. I think I don't think there's no way that that person can be able to benefit you or help you build whatever you're trying to do when they don't. I don't feel like they'll be able to fully understand the nature and like just the life and living as a black man or a black person in general. So I don't think you can be pro-black at all. And I don't even think you can call yourself a king if you out here dating white women. Like, what are you the king of?
Well,
Like,
your definition
I'm just
to,
saying.
to play devil's advocate, your definition is somebody who is out here in the community, right?
The black
Serving
community. I
the
said.
black community,
Yeah.
serving, doing their due diligence. What if you have a person who's doing that, right? You know where I'm going, doing all those things, serving the community, but is married to a white woman?
Nah, man, then I can't accept it. Like, I think it's just fake love. Like, I mean, it may be real love from his end, but obviously, I feel like that he has something like deep down in him that makes him not want to be. I feel like the only be like, why wouldn't you want to be with a black woman? Like, I don't understand. Like, they're the most beautiful
Hey, love
women
don't
on the earth. That's
discriminate.
just my opinion. Like, why would you not want to? If you're a black man, I feel like you should feel the same way I feel. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with dibbling and dabbling. Let's say you was in college and you did this or did that, but I don't think full time. I don't think you can just no man. No, it's not for me. What about you, Doc? My face.
So I agree with you for the most part. I feel like in order to call yourself a king specifically, you got to be able to think for a group of people. It got to be about a community. It got to be about what you classify as your kingdom. So
Exactly.
it starts off as your house. Being able to make good decisions for your household. Or it starts off with yourself, making good decisions for yourself, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, your health, that type of thing. But then it extends to your family, and then that extends to the community, depending because there's levels of that, but it extends to your community. Um, as far as the queen concept,
I think it's
again, it starts out with yourself. It starts out with self care, of course, self love, of course. Um, I feel like that you should have some a level of confidence in yourself in terms of your expression of the female energy, um, what that is, and having a full acceptance of what that is. I'm not gonna go into that because I'll be talking forever. But to answer your second question, I don't think that I don't. I agree with Ty in that way. I don't think that you could, be married to specifically, albino white person. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you could be.
Albino.
nigga.
Say Albano, bro. Stop.
Hey, bruh.
Well, damn.
Albino,
I'm
nigga,
a,
down. I ain't there for shit.
Man,
Shorty said you can't be with a shorty with
albinoid. Like when I say albinoid, I just mean just like
Okay.
based on
Yeah.
genealogy. Like that's we know what we're talking about. But
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
yeah, but yeah, because I understand I already know listeners are gonna be like, "There's black people with albinism. You
You know
got
what I'm saying?
all
I'm
that
just
stuff."
trying to help you out.
Damn.
Caucasoid. Okay, Caucasoid. That's you know what I'm saying. Y'all understand what I'm saying.
Caucasus Mountain.
But
Rugged.
I'm saying that because I didn't want to go all the way into this. Y'all making me do too much, but there are certain communities that we call white today that were not always white. Irish people wasn't always white; they were accepted in later.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like,
I feel like if like historically, and I'm that petty
it's
to do
more,
that type
it's
of
more
research.
to me. It's about psychological. So if you listen to Omar Johnson, he say even black people, he look at black people through two lenses. He like, is your skin black? Okay, that's one test, but are you psychologically black? So
Mhm.
it's like there is that part to it, and then in terms of like how you say if they doing all the right things, but then they still marry a white person, like
Then
I
I feel like
don't
if you're married
know.
to a white person, you're not doing all the right things.
Yeah,
You
right.
know what I'm
You're
saying?
not doing all the right things. Like I feel like that you've let another race of being inside of your kingdom, so you've already
Mm.
just like
Right.
fucked up a little bit. So yeah, I agree.
Historically, our enemy too. Like,
Well,
Yeah, right. Like that's the thing. Like if it wasn't for the history of what has been done to this
yeah,
point, maybe you know what I'm saying. Because then it goes on to like the other races. If they're Asian, is that cool? If they you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
but
I feel
since
like
we're talking
until we
about the one person, the one being, the one group of people that did the worst,
right
like I couldn't see. Yeah, I couldn't see that.
until we get reparations and we know that white people are really sorry.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because you with
Fact,
me, that don't mean you feel any type of way. You can
fact.
be like, "Oh, it happened a long time ago." Nah,
Yeah,
I need to know that they're sorry.
Um, here's my answer, and I'll let G close. Um, when I hear people call themselves king or queens, I'll say this: when I specifically use it for myself, I look at a king, by definition, someone who rules his kingdom. And like Doc said, that could be your household, your family, your body, your temple. Do you rule those things, right? Are you a god of those things, right? And that's the same way that I view a queen, right? Do you rule your everything that you're in charge of? That's the big thing for me. And do you act accordingly, right? Don't call yourself a king or a queen when you got a partner that you're cheating on. No,
Right.
you're not ruling your kingdom. You're not ruling your kingdom the right
You should
way.
say rule it effectively. You got to
You're
rule
not
it.
ruling effectively. That's
Yeah,
that's exactly right. That's
yeah.
exactly right. So, you know, my white one of my older white friends from my old church, she was like, I don't know it. I don't really call myself that. I just call him my partner. I don't know. Maybe it's a black thing. I do think it's a black thing. 'Cause I think that it's called to aching back to how it used to be before we were subjected and became slaves, right?
Yeah.
We're almost overcompensating, but it's correct, right? We're calling
Mhm.
ourselves king and queen because we're not just a black nigga. We're not a slave,
Well,
right?
I don't think
So,
it's even overcompensated because
well,
when we was in
probably a
Africa, we
bad
was
word to
kings and
use.
queens. You know
Probably a
what I'm
bad word to
saying?
use, but we're just aching back to times where we were the rulers of the land
Mhm.
and we ruled it effectively, fairly.
Mhm.
I'm gonna point out
That's
that
a
that's
big
very
word.
important. Fairly
That's a big word.
for all people of all colors. Um, to answer the question, can you be pro black and date an interracial relationship? That's tough, man, because I'm a person who believes that love has no bounds, right? So I do believe you could be a social advocate for Black communities, be heavily involved in building Black communities, and meet a white ally who is or has the same focus. And I think that can complicate things. I think I would challenge it if you were a black man or a black woman who is living up to their king title, living up to that queen title, and got a relationship with a person who is completely uninvolved in any social justice or or fixing white privilege.
I
I
want,
think that
I
would be
want,
weird.
I want to interject something real quick. I'm not going to ramble. Seriously. Um, I do. Something I want to comment on Sunday, right? Said like in terms, or Ty say that we were kings and queens at one point. What I'm realizing, or what I'm coming to more terms with, is the idea of kings and queens only made up like 1% of the population. Like most
Yeah,
people aren't kings and queens, even though you handle the business, even though you have self love,
sure.
even though you have, you know, taking care of yourself and that type of thing. Like I don't. That's why the concept that Ty brought up in terms of taking care of the community has been important. Where it's like your thought process is a we process. It's not like an I
Right.
process. You know what I'm saying? And that we extends larger than your family. So if that's not a part of it, if your concept isn't, I'm building infrastructure, I'm taking care of multiple, communities of people, that's more the king queen concept than the personal, I'm just a self-aware, self-caring human being. Like we got to differentiate those two in my book. We
Okay.
got to differentiate those two. I can't see because a selfish person is not going to be a competent king. They can just be a self caring person. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, sure.
If it's not a community slash kingdom concept, then it's not going. I don't see that being a king versus just a self aware person.
Sure. G, what are you thinking?
All right, so the question is, what's my definition of it? I mean, the same thing y'all said. The explanation is to do this person got their shit in order. Like if I'm in my house, I'm across the street at the Thompsons or whatever. Do they got their shit in order? Like if the fucking recession hit again, we being all neighborly and shit. Do I know these niggas about to hit me up because they without? Like if I know that these niggas gonna be good regardless, then clearly they on the king queen shit. Like you said, Darius. If I know these niggas, don't got relationship problems, working on this black love thing, everything's good, then they on the king and queen shit. When it comes to like just a little side note y'all said about back to Africa, kings and queens. Some of us were,
Yeah.
but there was always still gonna be some little peon niggas that just got some fucking problems. So at the same time, while I always look at like my black brother or sister as being great, I will always also remember that these niggas will fuck some shit up as well. So that everybody can't be king queen, but if you are in your household and everything is under control and cool, when it comes to the being with this white woman, I can't look across the street, think like even that you got your shit in order if you out there with somebody from a whole nother for a white woman, somebody that's did all
Wow.
this shit to you,
Thought G was gonna be
somebody just did.
different being in LA.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I
Stop
thought you was
it.
gonna be different, man. I
Stop it,
did.
cuz. Nah, bro. I can't look across the street and think that you got your stuff in order if you over there with your oppressor, bro. Like, you over there with somebody that has no
That's when you get out.
idea
That's when you
about
get
what
out.
the fuck the other people are going through out here that want to just be there. Oh, I got white friends. Oh, I got a black husband. I got all this stuff. Like, you do not understand it. And I can understand kind of like how crime works, how people like to talk about black on black crime and dumb shit. Like crime works in a community. If you grew up around only white people, I'm gonna expect you to be in a relationship with a white person. If you grew up only around white people, I'm gonna expect you to rob white people. If you say the same thing with black people, so
If you grew
I
up in a
get
diverse
that.
background,
What'd you say?
what if you grew up in a diverse place?
Then I expect you to find the same type of person, bro. I expect you to find somebody that has went through the same things and expects the same things out of
What about
society
white
back.
chocolate? What about the white girl
What the fuck are
who
you
grew up in the
talking about?
hood? What about the white girl who grew up in the hood?
That's why I just said, bro. If she is the lone white girl and around all these niggas, you go expect one nigga to end up hitting. You go to expect a baby mother out here. You go to expect that. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you just happen to go to college or something and get hooked on white girls or some dumb shit like that, nigga, that is saying something about you. That says something about your upbringing. That's like there's no reason for that.
You shooting shots
like these basketball players. I'm just saying, bro. They been in the hood. Oh, we had to work from the dirt to get this. And then
all y'all saying, you can't be pro-black and be with a.
I'm not gonna say you can't call yourself pro-black, but there's definitely a difference between pro-black and king.
I think pro-black means enhancing the black community, and I feel like if you're with a white person, you can't enhance the black community.
All they can really do to enhance the black community is open the door. They get into places that we can't get into because niggas don't want us in there. And by niggas, I mean their counterparts, white men, do not want us in there. So all the white person can do for me is open the fucking door so I can come up here and let them know what the fuck is going on outside.
I just feel like nowadays white people use black people as like a ticket into the culture. Like they always, it's okay, I got a black friend. Like no, it's not. You know what I mean? Like they just use us to like be hip and cool because I think black people are like honestly, black people are what's hip and cool about America. Honestly, like if it was no rap music,
we set every trend, bro. We set every trend out here.
Dance and none of that stuff. Like it would be so boring over here. Like,
listen, I agree that black people are the leaders of popular culture, right?
On culture and
I think
culture in general.
I'm pro-black, right? So I'm pro-black procreation. But I can acknowledge the fact that some of my counterparts who are also pro-black, who are also in the community, donating money, donating services, donating hours to the community, building it up, may have fell in love with a different race. Whether Asian, whether white.
But like if your sole focus is like building black community, what could attract you about a white woman? I just don't understand.
She might be on the same wavelength.
But how is
she ain't gonna be on the same wavelength. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking what is the definition of bringing up the black community? Because you can pump as many dollars as you want to the black community. Regardless, we still got 10% of the wealth as the white community. So what really is helping when you say they're pumping money back into the black community? Like what are they doing for anybody?
I mean serving. Right, so you out here, you're helping out schools who are in need. You're helping our communities that are in needs. You're doing your justice, right?
Niggas, this isn't Reconstruction. Niggas can read now. We're good to go. We don't need that shit.
Schools still need help. Communities still need food and resources and other things.
That's cool. But volunteer hours of that shit ain't changing nothing.
Counting on them.
Nah, man, we don't need them. We don't need them, period. That's the way I feel. I don't think, like, it's no benefit. Like, it's no benefit at all to me.
Can y'all say this at least? To each his own?
I said that.
I'm not about to. I have no say in other people's lives, bro. If that's what they go do that shit. I'm just letting you know. If you go ask me about my definition of a king or queen, of a black king or queen, they don't got no white king or queen on their hip for sure.
You can't be Dr. Umar walking around with Becky. Like,
she's a European goddess.
It's no such thing as
she's a European goddess.
It doesn't even make sense, cuz.
She's a Caucasus goddess.
Caucasus goddess, wow.
Caucasus goddess, like
most of the kings and queens of Europe couldn't even read or write. Like they lived in barns. Like that's not.
I'm talking about listen, the Moors taught them everything they know. It don't matter. They know now. You know what I'm saying?
Do they?
I don't think they get it. They just don't get it.
I'm not 100% sure that they do. I don't think that. I think that they end up. Every story that I end up hearing when I do my research is the knowledge was stolen and then pushed forward versus, you know what I'm saying, they actually came up with anything or
trick off. That's what it's called.
Yeah, right. Be my man Dick Gregory, rest in peace.
Last question before we move to the next topic. Do y'all think that white people took showers before the Moors?
Nah.
I mean, I've read stuff that say they didn't. Like, they didn't really shower. Like, that.
They didn't have soap. They didn't. To make the concept of soap, you have to know how to do it.
Right.
Like, you have to know how to make soap. And they had
no, nigga, did they have soap? Right. Why would they be showering?
Right. Soap making is not an abstract skill.
Right.
Nigga, if you don't got soap, you don't got a shower.
Topic on purpose.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, nah, this is real. Like, They didn't do the bad thing. You know, they didn't do the bad
Man,
thing.
let's get off of this when they say this topic is racist, man.
No
Right.
bullshit.
Listen,
You gonna get
no beef to any
you gonna
white
get
people.
reported
I,
on.
These, though, it's
I,
just
I literally, one of my good friends is white. Like, no beef.
Yeah,
but,
Petey.
You know,
Hey,
it's-
son of Petey.
the thing is, like, nobody else get mad when other races date within their race, but when black people talk
what we
about
do.
it,
It's
a
a
racist thing, and it's not racist. It's not racist
It's not.
at all.
Not
We just
racist.
wanna-
There's no authority in there. We can't make you date us. Can't make
listen,
you date
we the
somebody
only
else.
community. They want us to mix our community up. They want to bring confusion. They want to mix bloodlines with us.
Yep.
Learn how to play basketball
Hold
and
on.
jump high. They
Hold
wanna-
on.
Fucked up.
Hold on. Before we move on, I heard a conspiracy that the melanin is what they want to mix with.
So they can be-
I don't have my tinfoil hat
listen.
today.
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's almost like they made a movie about it. It's called Get Out. Like you just was talking about. Like it's obviously not that crazy. They just made a whole movie about it. Like this is what they dream about. I honestly think. Like even if you go like not even trying to be funny, but if you go to like
It's definitely what they dream
pornographic
about.
websites, if you go to pornographic websites, they
Yup.
got the, like
Breed
they
black,
got
nigga.
Wildin'.
white men wives getting dogged by black men, and that's what they like to see. Like
That's
they
called
just sitting
it's
there.
called cuckold.
Man, I don't
Yup.
care what it's
Cuckold.
But are
It's
you
called
gonna
breed black cuckold.
Yeah, okay, y'all obviously a little bit more versed than I am in this.
We got to know what's going on in the streets.
Funny as well. But yeah,
Anytime
like,
you see a black Trump supporter, he has entered into a cuckold contract.
like no, that's facts. Like it may be like it be the weirdest shit going on. Like, and this is the stuff that they like. So you can only imagine that they want to be us. Like that's not even a stretch.
Listen, I mean, look at fucking Kim Kardashian's ass
Oh,
on
don't
that
do
fucking
this.
on that fucking cover, bro. And then you trying to say they don't want to be us, cuz that is straight up blackface on that
Kim
fucking
Kardashian
cover.
not white.
Fuck.
I don't know. I looked up her actual race, but I
She
mean,
not white.
it's technically is kind of white, I believe.
I mean,
It is white. OJ ain't that girl daddy
like
because she's
Caucasian.
knocking down her mother. Fuck that.
right.
All right, next topic. Jesus Christ. Before we get on Kim Kardashian trying to be black with tan face. All right, Nick Cannon and Eminem, gentlemen. Nick Cannon has released 3 diss records.
Yep.
Eminem has released 0.
No, one. He started.
Well, he kind of reignited it with, I don't know, 4 to 8 bars talking about Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey again. And you know, he sent shots at Nick Cannon for a while and sent shots at Mariah Carey. He had a whole song about her. Did y'all hear all the 3 diss records?
I think Eminem is trying to mess with Nick Cannon because he feel like Nick Cannon can't rap. And I feel like Nick Cannon can't rap, but at the same time, Nick Cannon is good at what he does, and that's like building and creating stuff like that people like shows and stuff. He's good as a network.
Can we please insert the clip of
All
Nick
right.
Cannon's diss record, please?
What are we supposed to be asking about it, man?
I'm gonna just play it from this point,
You gonna play it?
and we gonna see what's up.
All right.
Listen to this, guys. I want y'all to listen. All my woke brothers and sisters, I need y'all. This is what.
This joint
If Eminem is
fire.
in your top 5, you need to hear this. If
This
you
joint
black,
fire.
you need to hear this. Go ahead,
All right.
G.
But
But y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the backstory behind this Eminem song after
All
the
right.
song.
okay, I'm about to play it at the 152 mark.
He been disrespecting our queens for years. Matter of fact, won't you tell him how you really feel, Marshall?
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
What?
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb. Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
You might win some, but you just lost one.
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
What?
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
Motherfucker, what?
Black girls are bitches. Black girls
We
are
let
dumb.
you be a guest in this house, but now you cancel. Had to put my motherfucking turban on. Outside your motherfucking suburban on. Protesting with AKs and guns. Our queens don't need your racism. You the KKK of this generation. Okay, KKK, did I take it too far? He's a rap star. Run, nigga, run. Stand in my ground. Fruit of Islam. I don't give a fuck if his ass was young. Can't let that slide, that's on my sons. Goddamn right, yeah, I'm on one. Cause ain't no age for white rage. Specifically in your DNA. I seen you at the VMA. Niggas that was with you, you treated them like indentured slaves. Read the ISIS paper, you racist. I see why you hate us. Pretend you love us, but you really jealous. Wanna be brothers. Christopher Columbus. Hip hop wish you discovered. Now I'ma slay you for my sisters, cousins, daughters, and mothers.
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
What?
Black girls are
Is it still
bitches.
playing?
Black girls are dumb. Black girls are
All right, we can't hear it. It's cool. As long as
Yeah,
the
nah.
audience here.
I played that first verse.
All right, so Black girls are dumb. Black girls are bitches. Here's the story that I heard about the song. Wait.
I want y'all to listen to Pro Black Darius defend Caucasian man saying black girls ain't shit.
Eminem is in my top 10. I'll put that out there for the record. I have no shame. He's in my top 10. But this is a story that I heard about that. I heard that he was dating a black girl. He got cheated on by the black girl. So he went in the booth and did that. Now, props to Nick Cannon for digging that up. The clip, the chop, the sample, fucking fire, Nick Cannon. Good job, Nick Cannon. I think you did a great job, Nick Cannon. That shit was incredible.
Oh yeah,
that shit was incredible.
Well, the way he put it together was
incredible. But here's my problem with that whole diss record.
It's incredible.
An entire series of diss record. You know, first of all, on the first 2 diss records, he got 3 other men to diss one guy. So you jump in the guy lyrically. That's my first problem. Then, if you do that, I'm okay with that if your verse is superior to their verses. So you got 3 battle rappers dissing Eminem, and your verse was not better. So on the last song, it's just you. Cool. And you got a great sample. Excellent. But you bring in race baiting. Hold on, chill. You're calling out the fact that Eminem is racist? I've never heard him say the N-word, not one time.
You don't know Eminem personally.
I've never heard him say the N-word.
Why would Eminem say the N-word in public?
Listen, just like Hulk Hogan, eventually you get bagged.
Bro,
if you say the N-word, you get bagged.
Eminem got friends with all black people, so automatically he not gonna say it out in the open because
you gonna get bagged, bro.
No, you can be closet racist and not get bagged, bro.
Why would he be closet racist?
Bro,
he got his whole
him just
his
saying,
whole fame is built off the success of black people and white people.
Are we discussing the obvious him not being racist, or are we talking about the whether this is good?
Sorry, I just wanted to point out the fact that Nick made it.
That's not race baiting, bro. He ain't talking about nigga. He ain't talking about nigga. He just like, yo.
I don't mean race bait.
But bro, it's not. He's not race baiting because if you come out and say something racist, then
that's not race baiting.
Like when Kramer was on stage and he said the N-word, niggas ain't say, "Oh, hey, look."
Let me give you an example.
N-words were bothering him.
Let me give you an example.
Okay.
I did a freestyle over 10 years ago for a video production company. I said in my freestyle, like, I kill babies, some. That's like him bringing that clip in, like, Darius is a murderer. He kills babies.
But that's not.
Nigga, I was freestyling.
That's totally different. This nigga made a whole song about don't date black.
That wasn't a whole song. That was 2 bars, and he cut the 2 bars from the whole song.
First of all, I know the whole story behind it because I remember when they found it. Like
I heard the song.
In the early 2000s.
I heard the song.
In the early 2000s.
How you heard the song?
No, I'm gonna tell you the story behind it because you don't know the story. Eminem was dating a black girl and she dumped him and he was mad. So that's why he made the song. But the inspiration about the song was to put down the black woman. That's why he made the song. So you can't say it was just freestyle. It wasn't something he just came off the top of the head with. This was something he sat down, thought about.
Falls in love sometimes.
What does this have to do with anything? Come on, bro.
But it don't matter if, like, in love, like, no, bro, like, you came out and said something. You just defend him because you like the way he rap, but he's
incredible.
Corny. He's corny.
Top 10.
Look, I think it's just a dope. I think it was just a dope hook for the verse. Now we just talking about what he's saying. I mean, he's trying to get the nigga out to come for him. He want him on the show. I think he would too. I mean, Nick. At the end of the day, if you talking about who fighting, like in hands, I got Nick Cannon over Eminem. I'm gonna put that out there with hands. If we talking about lyrically, as long as Eminem don't talk about the same shit Darius talking about with some dead babies and random shit like that, Eminem clearly can murder him freestyle wise.
Thank you.
But I am saying though, he need to come out and say something because the nigga has 3 diss tracks on his ass now.
It's just not that.
Well, he got one,
and he came on MGK. He came on MGK. He comes on Mariah. He coming on all these people. How about you come on Nick? Like what the fuck?
No, but this is the thing though. Eminem, why don't you battle somebody that can really rap? Like, stop trying to mess with little people on the sidelines. Like,
he wasn't trying to bait no beef. He just said shit. That's his character.
Bruh,
he wasn't trying to make Nick Cannon diss record.
Just like Charlamagne say, you can't blame people for how they react. You coming out here saying shit about people, they're going to react. They want to react, bro. They want to react. So the thing is, Eminem came out here and said all this shit. Hey, Mariah, this and Mariah. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Eminem is corny. Eminem, the thing is, Eminem don't got the black community behind him no more. Except a few.
They're trickling off. They're definitely trickling off.
But nobody's gonna care if he bodies Nick Cannon. Like nobody.
I think niggas would care. I think niggas would. I think if Eminem came back and just straight up just bodied him on Nick's show, then niggas would be like, oh yeah, that's Eminem. That's our white boy.
Yeah.
He not going to Wildin' Out. He ain't going to Wildin' Out, bro. He not going to Wildin' Out.
Not Wildin' Out. The other one, the talk show, the podcast is what.
He got a morning show.
He has a podcast.
Yeah, he got a radio show out here.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. I just feel like Eminem a little washed to be trying to deal with beef, man. I don't think he got the same style he got anymore. Then everybody was talking about, well, he's the battle rap king. Like, what battles has he won, bro? Like, what battle has he won, bro?
As I got older, I started to critique Eminem a little differently. Like, I started to see his rap style a little differently, and
it's corny, bro.
I can't go as far as to say that it's corny, but I'll say it like this. I'll say that it's definitely not.
And what we thought it was when we was younger.
Right.
This the thing though, bro. It's a bunch of random shit put together. As you get older and we can rap and we know more words.
Yeah, right.
You can make a sentence with a bunch of random shit that sound like an Eminem verse.
Right. That rhyme.
Fellas. Kim.
The ballistic thing and all of that. Like, I don't know. I couldn't see it. Like, he's out of my top 10 now.
Yeah.
As I'm older. As I got older, he just got pushed back further and further.
One of the most creative songs created of
it is.
Time.
It's a very creative song. But this is the thing though. I feel like if Eminem was black, he would just be a writer. I mean, a rapper, just like Hobson, who sounds just like Eminem.
No, Hobson is not on the level.
Just like
of
Hobson.
Hobson is great.
Exactly.
Hobson is great.
Laugh, Doc.
You think Hobson is on the same level as Eminem?
Yes, bro. What Eminem bars are over your head so crazy? If you could tell me right now some Eminem bars that just so crazy. Why you put me on the spot? I've
been drinking Tito's right now. Why you put me on the spot? It's my birthday.
Nah,
that shit, bro.
That's a crazy comparison.
You think Hobson and Eminem?
I don't know about. That's tough though. I'll be hard pressed to say no, but that's tough. Because Hobson is lit. I don't know how much you know.
Hobson is fire.
I listen to all Hobson's albums.
All right, bro.
He is fire.
Everyone.
What is Eminem saying? This is the thing. When people say Eminem is fire, you got to put them on the spot. But okay, well, give me a bar that was so crazy that you got to say Eminem is the best rapper of all time.
Nah, fuck that. Give me a bar of somebody who think is one of the greatest of all time.
I can go Kendrick Lamar bars all day long.
All day.
Kendrick Lamar.
Jay-Z bars all day long.
Give me Jay-Z bar.
What you mean, a Jay-Z bar?
Give me one Jay-Z bar right now. One.
Yes, darling. Jigga man be ballin'. Leave chicks pigeon toes. Some of them be crawling. That's the best for you whenever I put my all in. Come on now.
All right,
Jay-Z is the GOAT.
He had a bar ready.
Bro,
he had a bar
I know,
go.
Bro, come on now.
Jay-Z
he had a bar tucked ready to
go.
Bro. Nas.
Exactly.
Like, I can name 5 rappers that's better than Eminem.
Right.
I ain't even gonna challenge you to do that. I don't want to hear your 5.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can name 10 rappers better than Eminem. Like,
all right, stop playing games. You're stretching it now.
No, I'm dead serious. Like,
you stretching it.
So, but I just don't feel like Eminem, if he came back and like this Nick Cannon, I don't think it would even be appreciated because it's Nick Cannon. Like that's why I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I need him on a show. I need him on the show for it to be.
Yeah, even on the show, it'd be fine if he was on the show. Yeah. I feel like he even need to do it on the show. That's the only way he could do it at this point.
And they gotta play the track. And they gotta play the halfway cook Joan from fucking 8 Mile. That gotta be the song too.
That's the only way. That'd be so classic. See, George just gave him my idea when this podcast comes out. That's a fire idea.
Eminem, I bet you money that Eminem replies, but it's definitely not gonna be on the show because he's not about to make Nick money.
Yeah,
but Nick will have to pay him some bread for it to come on there. They gotta negotiate.
He don't want to make Nick no money. He don't like that nigga. I
think Nick would. I think Nick would.
You think Nick would pay him?
I think Nick will pay him because I don't think Nick cares as much as everybody's making it seem. It's not a genuine. It's not a genuine beef, bro. It's not a genuine beef, bro. If Nick sees him making millions off of this, he'll pay him. He don't care, bro. I think it's a business thing, bro.
Yeah, I think in the long run, I think you're right. I guess when it all comes down to it, because Eminem on the show would be. Because
imagine, bro, Nick is gonna like if Eminem say I'm coming on in a week, That entire week, niggas in there with every Ghost Rider he can find. Niggas, niggas at the bus station can come through if they got a hot bar.
I didn't appreciate
and he gonna come in there ready to go.
Listen, what I appreciate about the disses was he had 3 battle rappers on the diss song. And listen, these battle rappers are fire on paper. We talking about 3 of the best battle rappers ever. I've been watching battle rap since I was 12 years old. You know what I mean?
Holla.
I feel like, this is my allegation, I feel like they watered their verses down to make Nick sound better.
Oh, I'm sure they did. But
I believe that.
But again, if you Eminem, if you Nick Cannon, listen, bro. In any situation, if you about to go into a battle, bro, you all go to lay the foundation for this nigga to think that you are coming with some soft shit as much as you fucking want to. You gonna make the nigga. You want the nigga to attack you right here so that you can fuck that nigga up right there as soon as he come.
But did y'all hear the Renegade flip?
The Renegade flip.
The second disc. The second disc had a Renegade flip.
Yeah, I heard that.
And then was out like, I don't know about Nick.
I'm just letting you know, bro. I'm just letting you know. You gotta leave something there so a nigga would take the bait. Be like, oh, this is easy lunch. I'm gonna go ahead and get Nick Cannon out the way. And then the nigga go to have everything ready to go for his ass. I'm telling you.
I don't know. I could see Eminem coming back with something crazy, but at the same time, like the fact that 3 came out so far and nothing was said, like
I don't think he's gonna say nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm thinking at this point. Like I don't think he's gonna say anything, but at the same time, he could. Like he got it in him, but at the same time.
This what I think. I think them battle rappers. See, battle rappers are strategic. They play chess.
Personally, I didn't like you said. I feel like that they watered down their verses, or something had to happen.
Yes, they gotta lay the trap.
Yeah, that's George. Maybe
the art of war, bro. Art of war. Come on, you are laying a trap.
They playing chess, man. I think if Eminem respond, Conceited, Charlie Clips, Hitman Holler. Come on, bro. You think Eminem in your watching battle rap? I'm asking D right this birthday boy.
Nah, I want to hear it.
You watch battle rap. Do you think that Eminem can beat Charlie Clips, Hitman Holler, or Conceited like 1-on-1 in a 3-round battle, like for real?
I think he could probably be Holla.
Maybe Holla. Yeah, that's it. But
he not gonna be Conceited.
He's not gonna be Clips.
He's not gonna be.
And now, so judging from that, think of what you just said. You remember their verses, bro?
Yes.
You think they watered? They had to water it down.
No, I don't think they watered it down. I think they just probably wrote it very quickly. They probably just wrote some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. They didn't try too hard.
Eminem when
the trailer.
Who wanted this Eminem?
The Charlie Clips trailer bar was fired. Like I shoot at you, acted some. That shit was fire. Conceited verse was pretty good too. I think they just wrote it like off the whim shit.
I think because Nick Cannon played off on the whole race thing, they had to try to stick to that, and normally they wouldn't. So they try to.
But that was the last diss.
Yeah, that was the last.
That was the last
diss. What I mean is just like we understand where Nick Cannon's like whole persona, character, whatever is at this date. You know what I'm saying? So they tried to keep it within that box versus, all the different ways that they would in a regular battle rap. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, I'm a rap fan, right? And I like battle rap, but I don't think if it was a battle rap arena, battle rap style, acapella, that Eminem could compete with Clips.
I don't think he'd beat either one of them, quite honestly.
Maybe Holla, because Holla fell off a little bit.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say maybe Clips, but for sure he may be Conceited. Maybe.
You think so? Conceited still fire.
But Clips is it's not happening.
Nah, he's not touching Clips.
At all.
He's not touching
at
Clips.
all. At all.
I don't think he'd beat either one of them, quite honestly. Especially not this version. So like, I think once he stopped all of the drugs and everything, and then he stopped, you know what I'm saying, doing that. Like I feel like that he slowly, declined. I think that half of it was that, like, and we were so enamored by the shock value.
It was the first white boy that could really rap.
You know what I mean?
That's why I keep telling you.
Go with this narrative.
It was the first white boy that could really rap.
I think that counts. To take that away reduces it. Like I don't think that. I think if he, like you said, if he was black, he'd be your average, rap.
No, he would
Yes, he would. I
not.
100% believe that,
Are you
bruh.
fucking
It's not,
serious?
bruh,
I
once
think he'd be an average rapper. I think we look at him. I think so like how you just call Hobson out.
bars that
Of
defend
Eminem?
this, that defend this.
I'm gonna
yes.
bring schemes.
Bruh.
How you just call Hobson out? That's how you would be thinking of Eminem if Eminem was
No.
black. Like
Hobson is
That's
great.
exactly what I
No,
said.
no,
that's
no, no, no.
what I said. That's an
Hobson is
ill
great.
comparison.
But Hobson has not reached Eminem's level of creativity on Slim Shady LP. I mean, Marsh Mathers LP, Slim Shady, or Encore. He hasn't reached that level of creativity. He hasn't.
What creativity though?
What are you talking about? Bro? Those are classic albums.
Like what? Like being crazy and want to kill your moms? Like,
All right,
yeah,
next topic.
new.
Next topic.
That's
Next
new,
topic.
This is
Next topic.
this is
I'll
like
come back
actor shooter kind of
Yeah,
creativity.
right.
Actor shooter creativity or
Hey, next week on the podcast, I'm coming back with some good Eminem bars, and y'all judge if it's fire or not.
We're gonna listen.
Let's move on.
We're gonna listen to those 2 or 3 bars you have.
No, I'm gonna have at least 5.
And he don't got 5 bars.
I'm moving on to a man's perspective. So, one of my groups that I follow, Black conscious groups, they happen to post that same kind of question, like women, what questions do you want to know from the fellas? So I had the privilege to screenshot a couple of questions. First question is this: do you feel that your woman should obey and fall in line? And I'm gonna add to the end of the question to make it more concise. Do you feel your woman should obey and fall in line to your leadership?
Let me go, bro. Let me go, cause
You got it.
I'm in this relationship, or not really right now, because this shit's pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and
Oh,
explain
you was in a
something.
relationship 2 weeks ago, big dog. I don't know what's going on. You need to get that shit together.
Let me go ahead and explain something here, bro.
Power.
If you can't mix this shit up, bro. These women love to be like, oh, I'm so traditional, I'm doing stuff, but I'm also new. You can't be traditional and be on this new age 50-50 bullshit. You can't mix and match the things, because niggas will say that they're on some mix and match shit, but in reality, we're always going traditional shit. If we go to work, bring home, love the kids, love you, all the stuff, we not trying to cook, we not trying to clean, we not trying to. We every once in a while will pop up, but as a whole, as a collective, niggas do not want to have all this shit going on. So if a woman's talking about everything 50-50, but still thinking she's traditional, really, it's still gonna be 75% of the burden that she would have fucking had regardless. But if you split it, so
Hey, pick between these two.
so it's not no fucking. They need to make up their fucking mind whether or not it is gonna be 50-50, and they really want to have 50% of the fucking burden, or if they go to traditional shit and follow their man. And if they saying they go to traditional shit following their man, don't be doing extra fucking shit, bro. Don't find problems every fucking week about some stupid ass shit that doesn't fucking matter to nothing the next day. Yeah, like don't talk about some dumb shit.
George dressed in all
Then
black, ready to kill out this
And
bitch.
don't bring up stupid ass shit. It's not, you think you on some traditional shit. You think you so strong about your shit, but you keep bringing up the dumbest fucking thing. And then when a nigga is letting you live your life, letting you live your best life, and don't let one of these problems conflict with what the fuck you doing. If you say you want time with a nigga, don't start going out all the fucking time, because a nigga don't got a problem with you going out. A nigga got a problem with you telling him one night you wanted to be like all around a nigga,
You want to talk, George?
and now you fucking over here just going out and shit. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is going on? That's
George,
all I'm
we can
fucking
talk about
saying.
this.
Hey, we can talk about whatever. I'm just letting you know. If a woman comes into a relationship and tell you that she wants this certain type of shit, be fucking consistent, bro, because that's what you go fucking get from a nigga. And if not, then you gonna have a fucking problem. Then it becomes, oh, he's controlling. Then it becomes, oh, no, bitch, I'm maintaining. What the fuck you said you was trying to do?
Free plug, www.betterhelp.com. Their video therapist is a free plug. Before we get
Anyway,
advertisements, it's a free plug.
Nigga, I'm in the military. We get 6 free sessions of therapy of our choice.
EAP, let me talk about that EAP.
EAP, nigga.
Y'all funny. All right, Doc.
And yeah, go ahead, dog. Fuck this.
No,
Fuck
you,
you.
no, let G finish. Let G finish.
Nah, I'm just saying. In summary,
There you go.
in summary, remain consistent, women. Niggas do not care what you doing for real, but if it conflicts with what the fuck you was doing on day one, we go tell you. God damn.
That
Shit is
makes
simple.
sense. Makes
Next.
sense.
Hold on, George. Is everything okay?
Yeah,
He's
nigga.
look at he's a little
Yeah.
aggressive. Let's
Damn.
move on. Move
All
on,
right.
really quickly,
I'm sorry, Doc. George. I apologize.
Damn, bro.
Oh
I
man.
got damn water.
This question he seemed like
I'm sorry, George.
he's like, I can't wait to get this.
I should have sent the question to the group. I didn't know I was
Right.
going to touch you like that, bro. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Hold on,
bro.
say the question one more time for Doc.
The question is this, fellas. Do you feel your woman should obey and fall in line to your leadership?
Fucking
Right.
hot, cuz.
Hey, bro. You got chill.
Nigga,
What you
George
think,
about to
Doc?
mute himself.
I can't even talk.
Right.
Nah.
Nah. Okay. So I feel like that there are. I feel like there are times where women do just like need to just listen.
Wow.
I feel like that. I don't feel like that it should be just like this crazy blind obedience thing. I feel like that women's mind and emotion and intuition is definitely worth listening to and taking into account.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are moments where that's not needed. Like a nigga just kind of telling you what's up and you kind of just need to go with it. It's funny that this was brought up because kind of like George, I'm not as bad, but I'm kind of going through somewhat similar. But
You be tripping out here, cuz. I'm telling you. I'm just like, God damn. Nigga, what the fuck do you want from a nigga? God damn.
Go ahead.
Hey, yo.
Who the fuck said that shit? DMX? What they really want from a nigga? Like, what the fuck do you want?
Facts.
God damn.
These bitches want from a nigga.
Facts. Yeah.
Really want.
You gotta play the clip. You gotta play it.
you gotta play that.
I'm inserting that shit. I'm inserting it,
Yeah.
bruh.
But nah, I feel like that. If there's a direction, you know what I'm saying. I like I said, random quote unquote what they call orders, I guess whatever. I understand why they be feeling like niggas be feeling all controlling, but at the same time, the idea of masculine energy is to dominate, like and control. Like that is just our natural nature. We want to be in control. We want to be able to say shit and shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that just is what it is. You know, and when it comes to that leadership concept, there's a difference between just listening to whatever nigga gotta say and a nigga being a leader. Like if he's leading you in a direction, he can give you why he's saying it, what he's saying, you know, steps, etc., etc. And then you just sitting there still just questioning a nigga just because, like, or you know, whatever the case is, like you're just causing unnecessary problem. Like there are moments, you know, there definitely, especially I just feel like there's hella moments, like to the biggest thing to the smallest thing. And if women was to really embrace that, then you know what I'm saying, there'd be a lot better relationships. There'd be a lot less breaking up and cheating and all that big wild shit. Like that's one thing. And then on the other side, I also feel like that men do need to take a step and stop and think like, okay, their intuition again give value to their intuition to where sometimes they may not even be able to explain it, but they know something's off or they know something's different or whatever the case may be. Like that needs to be taken into account as well. But
I mean, my answer real quick. I just feel like I don't think like kind of like what Doc and Will and George was saying. Well, first what Doc was saying, they shouldn't, blindly follow us. Like women, they are people. A lot of people just treat like, what I mean, just treat women like they just objects, and that's not, what I mean. I got a woman that I love, and I know she has feelings, emotions, and stuff that that only involve her. It don't have to be about me all the time. But at the same time, I feel like I feel like a lot. Well, what they can do is a lot of times women. I feel like they like lead with emotion, and all the time that's not what, exactly like George said.
Nigga, like
Like all the time
relax.
that's not. that's not warranted. And sometimes they gotta be able to. I think they just gotta have, just like we gotta have discipline and not like make them feel like their ideas and their stuff is lesser than ours. I feel like they need to have discipline and realize, hey, like sometimes I'm being a little bit emotional and I got to listen to like maybe a logical standpoint.
Exactly.
If they have room for that and they could like understand and differentiate between us cutting them off or ignoring them and trying to give them some solid advice, I think it'll be all squared away.
Definitely.
Yeah, I just think they just got to focus on when we trying to tell them something right and not nothing wrong. You know what I mean?
For me, I think the inspiration for her question maybe led by the fact that she was with someone who was trying to lead and she didn't respect him, right? Because when I was married, my wife followed my leadership, right? Because she respected me, right? She's like, this dude's leading us in the right direction.
I mean, y'all was in a Christian household. She kind of had no choice.
Yeah.
I'm just being real with you. In a conservative Christian household, there's no choice.
Plus, he used to beat her.
Fuck you.
That's not real.
Nah. I mean, this nigga.
In a traditional Christian household, there's no question.
You got a point, but I would say it didn't feel like I was holding her against her will. It felt like she really trusted me as a leader and was like, all right, we moving to College Park. That's what we moving. All right, you know what I'm saying? You gonna do this? Use this car this way? That's how we're using it.
That's another thing, though. Just to, not that I kind of do want to control a little bit, just to say that like that trust factor is a thing. Like
yeah.
And the thing is, the craziest part is that the ironic part is, if you, and this is literally for my female listeners, if you are with a male that you can't trust his leadership, that speaks actually more to your ability to choose.
Oh, fuck all that, dog. We ain't doing that shit.
No,
right
he
now.
said no. Listen to what he said. Did you even hear the end of his statement? He said it's no. Did you even hear his statement?
It's not about you.
Did you hear the statement, Darius? Nigga, did you hear the statement?
This is real. Like, this is real. If you chose to be with somebody and you understand that that's the masculine nature of things, but yet all your whole deal is questioning them, and you know what I'm saying, that speaks more. Maybe that speaks to your trust of yourself and making the right decision.
Especially if the nigga gave you no reason not to trust him.
Let me finish. All right, what I was saying
I'm
was
just fine. That's
what I was saying is when you have a female who trusts you. Listen, I don't think that a woman should fall in line and obey me as if I'm a master and she's a slave.
Nobody's on that.
I think that
nobody's on that.
In a partnership or any team type group, you have one person who naturally becomes the leader. And men who have testosterone and are driven to dominate and subdue the land, we naturally want to lead. And if you are a leader by heart and you have those characteristics and you can do it successfully, a woman will naturally follow you. You shouldn't have to coerce her or force her to follow you.
But then you have the girls so damaged by either their fucking mom, other family members that have always fucking, I never got a chance to express myself. I never got a chance to do all this stuff. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that fucking stopped you from doing it. I'm letting you live your best fucking life, so don't pit the shit that you got from your fucking whoever else on the nigga that's being good for you. Nigga is helping you out. Nigga don't be asking for shit in return. He's just like, damn, live your best life and stop fucking pissing me off. Like, that's all you gotta do. God
George,
damn.
I have a question to lighten the topic. This isn't my real question, but I'm gonna ask this just so I can hopefully make you smile a little bit, bro.
Okay, nigga.
Why y'all always talking about? Just let me see the tip in real quick.
What?
Is that the real question? Don't nobody fucking ask
No,
that.
my real question. Name my real question.
I'm a grown ass man. Don't nobody stick no tips in no more.
Somebody did ask that. Let me put the head.
Cause y'all fall for it. That's why.
All right, now the real question is this. The
fuck,
fellas. I'm gonna answer this first because I like this question. It's cool. Why do you people, assuming that means men, not listen when we warn y'all about other people? Feminine energy always carries vast intuition. Now, my ex-girlfriend, the last relationship I was in, always warned me about situations. and I didn't listen. And fellas, I ain't afraid to admit, Shorty was onto something. She was just like right. So, double fold question: why we don't listen? And do you think that there is a significance to feminine intuition?
You sound like you talking to one of them girls. They be like, "Oh, Mercury's in retrograde, and it's two new moons on a Saturday or some dumb shit like that." Like, oh, like what the fuck kind of shit is going on here right now?
There's so much involved in that. G, like that's a whole nother conversation. Cause that's real shit. Like that's real. I'm gonna put it to you like this: do you believe that the moon has any effect on our water system?
Our water system.
Water system?
Yeah.
It's proven.
In terms of the ocean and that type of thing. Do you believe that?
Yes.
No,
The moon has significance on everything.
Oh, wait, so if you can agree with that, how is it that you can find it so far fetched that the rest of the planets have an influence?
So what I'm hearing is I can take a what I'm hearing about what you're saying is if I took a magnet and pointed it at this girl, it is some frequency of magnet that could just make this girl take her clothes off. Because apparently the pull and different shit of the moon,
First of all,
affects women. So that means that I can create this. I can create this from a fucking magnet now to just do some shit.
You talking about feminine intuition? You talking about magnets ripping clothes on?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Apparently, because Mercury is affecting women in retrograde. And all these different forces pulling, I can probably create a magnetic force to make these women take the clothes off.
George and Doc.
That's not.
Do you believe that females have a certain intuition that men are unaware of?
I think not more than nobody else. I think
I'm about to say not more than anybody else.
I think they tend to like overestimate it. I feel like women, it's a lot of times they be like, they'll look through your phone and don't find nothing. Well, my gut told me to look through your phone, then they don't find nothing. But that's not women's intuition. That's just them being silly. But then when they do find something, it's my intuition was right. No, it's not. It's like if you you know what I'm saying, do something 10 times and then you finally get the desired effect one time, that don't mean what you're doing is effective. You know what I mean? So
everything has a little bit of that. You know what? I got a bad feeling about this person. I got a bad feeling about that person. Y'all, like, you ever walk into a fucking house and somebody got a dog and that dog be chilling 20 times out of 20 times he be chilling. And then one time some random nigga come over and that dog going off. The dog don't fuck with that nigga or something.
Facts,
it's the same shit. Every creature got some shit in them that's just like, I don't really fuck with this over here. That's going on.
Yeah.
Do you feel that a female is just more heightened than a male?
No. That's what we're saying. No, everybody has their little bit.
I feel like in terms of just they end up basing their whole reality on that. Like they can't. I don't say that they can't, but they tend to not look past that. And with that being the case, they end up having like a confirmation bias where they try to find all of the details that match that intuitive thought. But there is such thing as feminine intuition. There's definitely something to it. You know what I'm saying? That is very different from a male's because we're looking at it from a more conscious mind, logical, experiential concept where, like how D say, he had a girl who was dealing with it and, you know, who said, you know, tried to save him from some situations, saw something he didn't see, and, you know, it probably could have saved him from some things. Like, that is a thing. I do believe in psychic energy and that type of thing. But
I just don't feel like they should trust wholly on it. Like it's something physical that they can be dependent on. Like a lot of times, like if you can't differentiate between, hey, I'm just being paranoid and, you know, woman's intuition, I don't think you need to be sitting.
You gotta be healed to do that. Like a lot of them are basing their intuition off being scarred anyway. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that confirmation bias thing of, you know, this other person might have did something I've seen before. That experience is weighing in on what they call intuition.
Here's how you know that this shit ain't accurate on their part. You ever been with a girl and you peep something, like you peep some niggas over there, you peep some dumb shit, or you walking by and it's like a whole rack of niggas, some dumb shit. It's not that you a bitch or nothing. It's like, nigga, it's like 4 of them niggas. Yeah. You need to not be walking straight through 4 niggas to start some shit. You need to not be getting bumped. You need to not be doing dumb shit. Because now we like, where was your intuition now? Where was your intuition when you saw the 20 niggas on the other side of the street and you just want to fucking keep looking? Bitch, don't look across the fucking street. There's 20 fucking niggas over there. Like, what the
Right.
fuck is your intuition tell
My
you that?
intuition told me you can handle it.
No, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Gentlemen, I'll close with this. I think it's something to a female's intuition. Now, I don't know if it's because they're more sensing or feeling beings, but in my experience, females have been aware to situations that I may have been oblivious to. That's just my personal experience. I'm not saying that it's always warranted or on point, but I think it's something that should be at least acknowledged and paid attention to by men. For example, if a female bring to your point like, "Hey, your man kind of weird," you should pay attention to that. That's my whole point. I'm not saying like bank everything on it and believe her 100%, but you should at least investigate.
Yeah.
That's my point. But let's move up to our last topic of the night, fellas. My alright, so boom. So I had one of my good men reach out to me. Um, he said he heard our podcast and it had his mind kind of thinking about a few things. He said, "Damn, bro, like I heard when you was talking about how your wife and she had painful intercourse and like I'm dealing with the same kind of shit, bruh." And my question is this, fellas. Like I said in episode, what was that 6?
Yeah.
That I found out that my wife had the painful intercourse syndrome or whatever it's actually called the day that after the day we got married. My question is, if you found out the same thing, would you stay in a relationship? And do you have a breaking point? Meaning, say you find out she has painful intercourse and you go to the doctor with her, you try to figure out different remedies and they don't work. And now y'all having sex maybe once every 3 months at best.
Oh wow.
Do you stay in that relationship? Or what is predictably your next move?
I don't know, man.
He just want
I
us
feel like
on the same team of dark niggas like him because he already know what he did. So
know what he did.
He got up
He's
out
not
of
married.
there.
So let y'all know he's not married.
Wow.
anymore. So
Wow.
We know how
I did not get divorced for that reason.
answer.
I already know, nigga. Damn, relax. Relax.
But no, I mean, I feel like if you find out on your honeymoon, like at this point, you already obviously love this person. You know what I mean. You already committed to being in a relationship. So the thing is, if this is just me, if I go to the altar with somebody, I'm gonna take it seriously. You know what I mean. I'm gonna be with that person, good or bad, because that's just something I know. I've been out here when I was single doing me. I was out here being a dog, and I know. I guess every man say this, when I get married, I'm gonna stop. But like for me, like the way me and my girl going right now, I can feel like once I get married, I'm gonna be settled down and good, and I ain't gonna hold on.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
My bad, my mic,
Okay.
gotta stop messing up.
He was first of all, he was getting ready to lie. So you stopped yourself.
No, I don't never lie.
It wasn't a
Nigga,
lie.
like, I'm gonna fucking
No,
lie on
I
record.
really messing
Yeah,
up. But
look,
this is
somebody
what
walked
I'm
by. He was
saying
like,
right now. Basically, no. I'm gonna go ahead and set the record straight. I wasn't gonna lie. I would stay with her. That's my answer. So y'all can move on while I fix this. Niggas trying to say,
Pass the mic to George.
Nah. Okay.
All right, so I mean, I'm kind of like Ty. Like I'm taking it serious too. So we can't just cancel. And I think I asked y'all this after we got off last time. I was like, could you stay for a bomb ass head, or without the pussy? And niggas, I think it was a resounding yeah if it was some bomb ass head in there. So I think that's not like a deal breaker, but is she willing to give that much head? You know, I don't know, but it's important. And she's gonna have to oblige because we're married now. So, Doc, do you have to add anything?
I think everything's been said. Y'all know I'm Doc, so it's like I'm always on some, it can be healed type of thing. I don't think that it's a forever thing. So, I feel like anything in the body could be healed as long as they still alive. You just gotta go about it the right way. I think that's definitely some type of ailment, some type of deficiency, some type of something, you know what I'm saying, that can still be healed. Your body changes every 10 years, so your whole body changes, like your bones and everything. You have a whole different body. So But say we couldn't total hypothetical situation. Say we just couldn't. Am I going to give it that type of time? Of course. I mean, hey, and at the same time, you know, like kind of how George say, you know what I'm saying?
Let me answer.
There are other ways.
Don't like giving head.
That's
Don't smack your lips, nigga.
If you can love
It's like, are you trying to work with a nigga or not? Like, goddamn.
yeah.
I mean, but you knew
I heard
that.
niggas go.
Listen, if that was the case, you knew that before y'all got married.
No, you didn't. In this particular
At least
situation,
that part.
I'm comparing it to my life,
Oh.
and we were celibate.
y'all were completely celibate before.
Well, we slipped up twice, and it was torch.
I feel
and
like
we had no issues.
Listen, I feel like everybody would reach a breaking point if this situation was anybody else's situation. Like at some point, you're gonna be like, yo, like. Especially if you slipped up a couple times and it was torch, you're like, yo, you gonna give me that torch, like, or something's gotta happen. You know.
Well,
what
my
I'm saying?
biggest question is, why is it not torched now? That shit was torched before. I don't know.
It might be
was
you,
it
bro.
Was it the danger of doing it before? Like, what the fuck was up with that?
Like the doc said, psychological problems.
Big
man.
fact.
Psychological. It is. A lot of that is psychological. A lot of that is
I agree with you, Doc. 100%.
you know.
Because we went to the meds, went to the doctors. They said we can't find nothing, and I was in therapy at the time. And one of the big things my therapist says is,
You know better
if
than
you
that.
have some trauma, it can cause them to clench up, like even subconsciously.
Wow.
And then like I don't know how much y'all are into like astral travel and that type of thing.
You on that weird shit.
Hey, cuz
Yes.
this is real life. If you're into like astral travel, if you're into like psychic energy, that type of thing, then you can still accomplish the same goal.
You trying to get out your body.
Yeah.
Hey,
You on that
bruh,
weird shit.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. Imagine the whole experience. You having an hour-long experience and the whole thing feels like an orgasm.
This nigga talking about
I don't trust black
paranormal
women.
activity sex.
What you talking about?
That must be the acid.
That's some shrooms. That's some DMT you been taking, man. That's that shit, that weird shit, bro.
That's called tantra. Y'all gotta get
This
it.
nigga on some tantric shit.
Hey, wasn't that the
Okay.
nigga in American Pie? That nigga in American Pie who left and came back
Exactly.
for the dude's mom? He was like,
That's
he had
real
sex.
life.
He had had sex all over the world.
That's
When he
real
came
life.
back.
Hey, they play with y'all in the movies and all that shit. They make it seem like it's something to joke about, but this is our spiritual systems. Like niggas used to real life study this shit as a like how we go to school and study math, nigga. You would go to school and study tantra and then be vicious at it.
You got a lot of fucking money just be sitting around. You know, I'm gonna study some tantra.
I mean,
It's not about money. It's just
If
about,
you can sit around and have the time to just
Brother.
study fucking, then
It's
this
real
is about
brother.
money. You gotta have
Brother.
money to do shit like that.
let's conclude with this. Let's conclude with this. What advice would you give to a man who is in that situation?
learn.
I'll start with you, Ty.
I'll be like, yo, listen, man, you guys stick. I would say, at least try. Don't just do what Darius then just up and leave your wife because that's not right.
I did not leave for that
Right.
reason.
You
I did
can't-
not leave for
not
that reason.
right.
What the fuck?
He will burn in the hellfire. for
Wow.
that. No,
Wow.
I'm joking. But no, really, you can't
Wow.
just up and leave your wife. At least, when she married you because she felt secure or whatever the case may be. So at least try to figure out and identify, the underlying problems. At least do that. And then try to work towards a goal or even a compromise that would make the situation better for both of you. But if you're not out here compromising and like Dee said, if you ain't here, necking, you just out here just hoping your man happy with you and you ain't doing nothing, sexually to please him. I mean, you can't really be mad if you go out there and explore a little bit. And that's just,
Okay.
That's my answer.
All right, George.
I mean, same shit. Like, I know women have told y'all it's a pride thing. Oh, like they'll ask you, am I the best you ever had? Or they ask you some dumb shit. So if they not even go to start giving her the neck or something, then I'm like, you gave up on this relationship at this point. Like, do you want to still be in this fucking marriage? Because like, are you not trying to do some shit? Like, you understand that we both understand that this don't work. That it's painful sex. Cool. So you trying to tell me that I don't got no alternative?
Right.
Just sit here. No, bro. Come on, bro. We got to work this together. We got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Okay? Or I'm going to figure it out with Miss Davis down the street or something.
Like how man can cheat.
Hey, hold on, George. Black men don't cheat.
We don't cheat. You ain't getting nothing from nowhere. He ain't fucking you. It's not cheating. It's not cheating. He can't fuck you no more because you over here bullshit. So now I'm going
All right,
down the
George.
street. This is
I
my
hear you,
main
George.
thing down the street. We just married.
Doc.
My main thing down the street though.
Doc, please.
If anything, if I
close
fuck
us
her,
out.
I'm cheating. If I
Doc.
fuck my own wife, I'm cheating. Now if I fuck Miss
Close
Davis,
us in a
Miss
positive
Davis
breath.
is a consistent.
please.
It's a consistent thing.
Don't, hey, if
George,
you looking for
George, you was dressed in black ready to kill this episode. Doc,
if
please
you,
leave us with some positivity.
if you think I'm about to give you the positive message, you done fucked up.
Ah, so
All right, that's the end of the show.
Nah, on some real shit though, like y'all pretty much know my answer already. I'm with the polygyny thing, so
oh shit.
we got sister wives for that. Like,
Oh
I
wow!
got. He said I got other pussy for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, see, in the long run, in a situation like that, I guess that would make sense.
that's the only thing.
You gotta get your main wife.
I'm gonna tell y'all, in a generation, in at least in one generation, that's gonna be the norm.
I'm telling you,
In one generation, bro.
one maybe two generations, no question, no question.
Okay.
Especially if we get somebody influential to do it the right way, like how D-Ray Davis is doing it or something like that, and they got multiple and people like if any one of these new rappers do it the right way, you know, more or less, and they had a slow situation and they murdered that
Make it look like he just got two objects on his arm.
right. Exactly. If they want some shit and then they get to they, you know, a level of wealth or some shit like that, like yeah, no question. It's one, maybe two generations away, no question.
You got close out.
No question.
Hey, listen, fellas, George, Master OG Ty, Doc, I appreciate all your opinions. On my birthday, it's a great day to do this podcast. I'm very happy that we're doing this. I'm very happy that we help people.
Nigga.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I hope my man listens to this episode and decides to go to the doctor with his girl
Right.
and get it together.
Like you.
Coach her up for this net game or something.
All of y'all, girl. Fuck all of y'all, cuz I did not divorce my wife for that reason. But listen, this is the N-Word Podcast. Please follow me at Who Is D Right on Instagram, Who Is D Right on Facebook as well. I'll pass it to anybody else, especially Doc who wants to shout out his business.
Of course, DocShepard.net. I'm about to add a whole slew of different products, ranging from essential oils to African-based clothing, African-sourced clothing.
Okay.
And like I said, a portion of the proceeds goes directly to Africa. It's a black-owned business for real.
Bless the motherland.
Bless.
Hey.
All right, well, I go next. You can follow me at Master OG Towel on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Big Measy. You can like that page. Other than that, I just say, y'all keep safe out here, man. Keep listening too, and I'm gonna pass it to G.
All right, ladies, remember, whatever you ask for, just be ready for what the fuck come your way after that. But other than that, you can fuck with me on Twitter at Joker the 8th. You know, I'm actually a nice guy, but y'all be on that bullshit.
Yes, sir, man. And we are we are the N-Word Podcast.
Yes, sir.
I see you guys next week.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.